Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today. Today's video is going to be another what I've watched video, and with this video I'm actually going to be caught up for the most part with what I've watched. There'll still be some films like not included, but I'll like let my viewing list like build up again, and then I'll just like do it that way. So these ones will be more spread out in like for the next few months or so. But yeah, so I finally caught up with the movies that I've watched and I didn't actually talk about when I wasn't doing videos. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna get straight into it. First up is Star Trek Insurrection. Not a particular favorite. I mean, it's watchable. But yeah, I don't know. It's because when I actually rewatched it, I'd seen it before, like all the Star Trek movies, and because I was like, I don't even remember what happened in this one, because I've watched it like I think it was a couple of years ago, and yeah, I was just like, I can't remember what happened, and then the plot slowly started coming back once I sort of read it at the back, and I was like, oh, that's right, it's this one. I think my favourite moment, even though it probably does have my favourite, or one of my favourite moments out of any Star Trek film, and that's when Worf and Picard are pursuing Data in the shuttle, and Picard's going, oh, Worf, do you know Gilbert and Sullivan? And then Worf looks at him and goes, I'm not familiar with, he's pretty much going, oh, I haven't had a chance to catch up with all the new members and that. And Picard just looks at him and goes, they're composers, Worf. And but when Picard starts singing a British chant to like try and distract Data, that whole scene, I just love it, because as you know, I love Gilbert and Sullivan, so that particular moment, is particularly funny for me, because I just love Gilbert and Sullivan, and especially when Star Trek references it, which actually did it a lot in Next Generation, so that made me happy. But the movie for the most part itself is pretty average. So, and then I watched Two Guns, which I'd never seen before, and it was actually better than what I was expecting it to be, because I wasn't too sure what to expect, and then because I think I'd heard really mixed things about it, and then so I think that just put me off, and then I watched it and I was like, actually, this is pretty good. Like, I just had a lot of fun with it, except for the part where he blew off the heads of the chickens. I did not like that scene. But then I don't like them when they show like animals being hurt in movies. I'm just so with the exception of that scene, I liked the movie. So and then I watched About Time, which was is actually like a pretty cute sci-fi romance film that I actually liked a lot. So I thought it was a pretty good story. I liked it. And then I watched August Osage County. To be honest, the main reason I wanted to see this film was because of Benedict Cumberbatch. Yes, I'm now aware he has 5 minutes of screen time, probably, in the whole movie, but for those 5 minutes he was very good. But on the whole, it was actually a pretty good movie, because it's a very different type of movie, but you can see why, obviously Julia Roberts and Meryl Streep. Yeah, I think that's Meryl Streep. Why they were nominated for Best Supporting Actress and Best Lead Actress, because they were very good in this. But it was a very good ensemble film. I just didn't realize how many people were actually in it. It had Ewan McGregor. I want to say it had Kathy Bates. Why am I thinking Kathy Bates? I don't know if she was in. Just a second. Went in down to Google. Okay, no, she wasn't in it. I think she must have been. Yeah, I think she must have been up for a role in it, but yeah, that might be why I was thinking she was in it. But no, but yeah, it was a very good film. It was very different, very depressing, but yeah, I thought it was very well done. So um, there's that one. And then I rewatched HMS Pinafore Trial by Jury because, as I mentioned, aforementioned with the Star Trek, Gibbons and Sullivan, yeah, I just love it. Um, and then I rewatched Attack of the Clones because I was doing my Star Wars marathon. Um, I don't know. I really liked this one when it came out, like because I saw all the prequels in the cinema, like because this is essentially what got me into Star Wars, and yeah, I saw it and I loved it, and I mean I still love it, like but I just don't think it was as great as like when I first watched it, because I mean probably back then I didn't really pay that much attention to obviously like the dialogue, which yes I now agree with everyone is pretty atrocious, um, and also I sort of noticed how bad Hayden Christensen's acting is in this one, um, but yeah, it's I still do like it though. It's especially like the battle scenes like on the planet where they are that I can't actually think of, but like where all the Jedi actually come, and of course Yoda's battle with Count Dooku, that was awesome. And yeah, it's still good, but yeah, it's not as good as when I first watched it like over 10 years ago. But yeah, so that was Attack of the Clones, and then I watched Captain Phillips, which I hadn't seen before, and wow, that was a really good film. Tom Hanks was superb in this, and yeah, I can see why people were a bit shocked he didn't get nominated for an Oscar for this. But it was a very tense, very good drama. Like, because you know, for the most part, it all took place on the ship, so um, yeah, I thought it was very well done. And then I watched Kill Bill Volume 1, which I'd never seen before. I know I'm a bit late to the party with that regard, but it was great. I loved it. I really liked how the story was like, you know, the whole. It started like, I guess back to front, I guess you say, because it kept jumping over. But it is just a great film, like, great fight scenes, great, it was a great soundtrack. I really want to get the soundtrack. And, but I think my favourite part was probably the fight between, Uma Thurman's character and Lucy, Lou's character, I think that's how you say her name. Yeah. Um, that whole fight scene at the end was just epic. But yeah, it was very good. So I'm finally glad that I've actually seen it now. And then I watched When in Rome, which was not so good. I mean, I knew I wasn't expecting much, but and because I like Kristen Bell, and she was the main reason I wanted to see it. And to be honest, she was pretty much the best thing about that film. In the oh, and I did like Danny DeVito's character, but yeah, I won't be in a hurry to go and watch that one again. And then I rewatched The Clone Wars, which I hadn't seen since I first saw um, it back in the cinema when that came out. It's still pretty decent film. I have not seen any of the Clone Wars, like the TV show. I really need to get on that. Yeah, so I sort of, because the last time I did it, because I've had the Blu-ray like for a while, and I was always meaning to watch it after I watched Attack of the Clones, and last year when I did it, I completely forgot. So I made certain to actually like watch it this year. When I did my annual Star Wars marathon. And then I watched In the Loop because I've been over the past few months. I have been watching um, The Thick of It with Peter Capaldi, because obviously, he's the new Doctor, who I'm loving, by the way. I forgot to mention in my, 2014, 2015, when I'm watching a series, that I am actually watching the new series of Doctor Who, but I think you will probably have gathered that already. But yeah, I love Peter Capaldi, and he's just great in this film. It's yeah, I just love his character, like Malcolm Tucker. So I think one of my favorite moments in this film is I think that he's in Washington, and then he starts swearing at, he's saying the F word over and over. I won't do it because I try not to say that, but yeah, so he's saying it over, and a tourist comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, can you stop it with this swearing?" And then he just looks at me, and then he starts like mouthing off again, and then he runs off. So, but yeah, I loved The Thick of It, and yeah, In the Loop was just as good. So, even though it's slightly different from the TV show, because I think even though they had the main actors, they were playing different roles. So, but yeah, and then I watched R.A.P.D., which was again not that great. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't expecting much, because I think I've heard pretty much next to no good things about the film. But I still wanted to see it, and yeah, I mean, the cast looked like they had a lot of fun, but I just did not get that sense, and so yeah, no. And then I watched The Raid Redemption, which was awesome. The version that I saw was the English dubbed version, so I need to actually watch the the subtitle version, which I've heard is actually way better than the English dub. But the English dub version was the only one that was available at the time. So, but I still watched it, and it was still excellent. And I need to see the Raid too. So. And then I watched Star Trek Nemesis, which, yeah, again, is an okay film. No, I don't like what happened at the end of it. So is it really a spoiler if I say that, with them killing Data off? Well, that's a spoiler now, but, because, I think most people would know that, but, yeah, I didn't like that at all. Even though it's sort of really weird to think that Tom Hardy was actually in this film, because I don't know if that was one of his first major roles, but yeah, it's just weird to think he was in it. And yeah, and obviously he wasn't well known, or I don't think he was as well known then, but obviously now he's huge, he's everywhere. But yeah, I just always forget that Tom Hardy was in Star Trek Nemesis, so. And yeah, and then I watched Trance, which I actually liked. I thought James McAvoy was very good in this, and yeah, I liked it. I think again it was a bit mixed, the reviews that I got, I heard, but I liked it. So, and then I watched the original 1982 Tron film, which I'd never seen before, but I really liked it. So. And then again, I watched Kill Bill Volume 2, which, obviously, since I'd never seen Volume 1, then I'd never seen Volume 2, and it was just as good as Volume 1. I think I prefer Volume 1 slightly more to Volume 2, but they're both very good films, so. And then I watched Revenge of the Sith. Definitely out of the prequels, this one is definitely the best one. And I also, because I saw Revenge of the Sith, I went to the midnight premiere of it. So this one's always been I've had particular memories with this one, and obviously at that point it was the last Star Wars film that was going to come out, and so But of course, now that the new one is going to be out next year, which will be seeing. So, but yeah, but back then that was sort of like, oh, this is the last film. So, but yeah, but you know, I do like Revenge of the Sith. So, and then I watched Marie Antoinette, which I'd never seen before, but I thought it was very well done. I really liked it because I thought Kirsten Dunst is, yeah, she was really good in this, and yeah, I just sort of liked, you know, like the whole ceremonial, like on the palace, like how they had to go through each routine, and I think my favorite scene out of that was when like during the whole, when she was getting ready, like this when she first got to the palace, and then yeah, and then it's just like, oh, this person is of higher rank than me, so then it falls to them to actually put like your clothes on, and she's just standing there, and yeah, I just love that scene. And then I rewatched Les Mis 25th because I could. And then I watched Dick Tracy, which I'd never seen before, but I had a lot of fun with. Yeah, I just thought it was like, yeah, great, like spy, I guess you'd call it a like thriller, like comedy thriller. I don't know, but it was good. I liked it. And same for Prince of Persia, which I again never seen, but I wasn't too sure what to expect, but because I think this one, I don't know if it was well received, but it failed at the box office, but I liked it. It was actually pretty decent. I sort of liked the whole time travel aspect of it. Yeah, I liked Prince of Persia, so. And then I watched Lost in Space, the 98 film based on the series. I know a lot of people don't like this one, but I actually did it. And because I'd seen like the first, what was it, like 10 minutes of it. This is ages ago because I think it was on TV, and I'd caught the first bit of it, but then I didn't watch it. But yeah, when I watched it again, because I've never actually seen any of the TV show, but I do want to. But yeah, when I watched it, because I thought it was very good, and I actually had no idea Matt LeBlanc was actually in this film. Like, I knew Gary Oldman was in it because he was great as, you know, it's Gary Oldman. So. But yeah, I sort of like, oh, hey, I think that's Matt LeBlanc, and then I looked it up, and I was like, it was him. So, but you know, I actually enjoyed it. And then I watched Tron Legacy, which again never seen, but I thought it was actually pretty good. Like, I thought it was a good sequel, I guess you'd call it. And yeah, so. And following that, I watched The Last Airbender, which was horrible. I mean, I know this film is like pretty much hated on, and I wanted to like it, but 16 minutes into the film I was tempted just to turn it off, and I forced myself to keep going. It was, I mean, I've never seen any other cartoon, but which I know is probably a mistake, or maybe not. But yeah, so I sorry, where was I? Yeah, Last Airbender, really horrible film. That's all I'm gonna say. And then I watched Star Trek 2009, continuing on with my Star Trek rewatch. I think it's a great film, great reboot of the series. I always liked it. And then I watched and I think I'm going to finish this off here. I watched Escape Plan, and actually no, I'll just plow through these next few. I watched Escape Plan, which I actually thought had a lot of fun with. Wasn't expecting much, but you know, it was a fun team up film with Stallone and Schwarzenegger, and yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. And then I watched Despicable Me. It's a cute film. I totally want a minion. Yeah, I thought it was a cute animated film. And then I watched Poseidon. I'd already seen the Poseidon Adventure like last year. This is the 2006 remake, but yeah, it was okay, but I definitely prefer the original to the remake. So, and then I watched 127 Hours, which again, I thought this was a really good film. A bit graphic in parts, because especially when he was actually cutting off his hand, that was a bit disturbing, to say the least. But I guess it sort of shows just how realistic it is. But you know, I thought it was well done. And then I watched A New Hope, moving on to the original trilogy. Just great. I loved the whole like original trilogy. Like, they were some of my favorite films, and yeah, A New Hope. You know, I still I like it. So, and then I watched The Transporter, which I had never seen before, but I thought it was a fun action film. And then I watched Dead Calm. This was a really great film. It was like I liked how it was just the three, like, for the most part it was basically Sam Neill, Nicole Kidman, and Billy Zane. It was very tense, especially like with being on the whole boat, and yeah, it was I mean, but it was very scenic as well. Like, it was sort of, yeah, it was I just liked how it was like cinematography, like, that was just brilliant. And then I watched Sunshine, which I'd never seen before, but I really liked. So and then I rewatched Les Mis 2012. Again, you know, all know how I feel about that film. And then to finally finish this off, finished off my Star Trek rewatch with Star Trek Into Darkness, which I know is not everyone's favourite, but I actually really do love it. So yeah. But it's like, yeah, I ended up seeing it twice when I saw it in the cinema last year. But I do like this film. So yeah, so that is it for that. I'm sorry about the background noise if it's thin. I thought I was going to have to stop the video, but I got through it. So yeah, that's sort of why I was a bit unsure. Yeah, I got through it anyway, so I'm caught up with like my film reviews, and yeah, I guess until my next, that's it for now. So until my next video, I will see you guys next time. Bye.